So I grew up in Ligonier, Indiana. I think up until I was in 3rd grade, I lived on Martin Street in town, and in 3rd grade we moved out to the country on 525 West. I still attended West Noble. We're still in the West Noble School District, so that's where I grew up. Did a lot of interaction in Ligonier, so I stayed in touch. I have 2 sisters, older both, Brooke and Brittany. Brooke's married now to Ethan. He's an actual recruiter here that comes to the high school every once in a while for the Army. And Brooke, she's actually our secretary now at the PD. So I see her a lot. And then my other sister, Brittany, she's a nurse in Fort Wayne. So we see her every once in a while. Try to see her more often. It's hard, life stuff, so we get busy. But I still see her. They graduated from West Noble, and I also graduated from West Noble in 2016. When I graduated high school, I attended Purdue University. I didn't graduate there. When I was down there, I was a member of Farmhouse Fraternity, and I was also a Purdue basketball manager for the men's basketball team, so that was a really good experience. I really loved basketball. I wasn't good enough to play in college, but I just still loved the game, so it was a good experience. I did a short stint down there and realized college wasn't for me. It's not for everybody, and I kind of realized that pretty quick, so I'm glad I did, so I wasn't in debt so far, but it all worked out. So then after that, I worked for my uncle down in Texas, was down there for a year, and then eventually I knew I wanted to be a cop because when I went to college, it was kind of elementary education or criminal justice. I was kind of stuck where I wanted to go, and then I was like, college isn't for me, so I didn't know, and I was like, well, I guess I'm going to be a cop because you don't have to go to college, but it helps you out. So I worked down there in a year in Texas with my uncle, and then I moved back, and I was eventually be able to 21. So that's when I got started in the police field. I began riding along right before I was 21. I was 19, 20 years old. And 21, I became a reserve at Ligonier Police Department, where I'm at now. I was there for about 6 months, and then Noble County Sheriff's Department had a process for a full-time deputy. So I put in for there. I knew I wanted to do it full-time. I just felt called to do this job, and I really enjoyed it. I'm glad I'm here now. So I worked at the Sheriff's Department for a year. And then I still stayed part-time at Ligonier while I was there. So then I got a call that a spot opened up. Jason Shear, who used to be the SRO at the primary school and out here also, he was moving to detective, and the SRO spot was opening up. And I talked to my wife Lindsay and my family, and I felt like that was the best move. So I said, yeah, let's do it. I put in for the job, and luckily I'm here. I got it. And I attended the Indiana Law Enforcement Academy, the 224th class. So they've had a lot through there. I think my grandpa, he went through there, and he was the 76th maybe. So there's a lot of generations that go through there, but that's kind of my educational experience that I've had. I've been at West Noble. This is my first full school year. I came in last year around, I want to say it was December-ish. That's when I started here. So then this is my first full school year. Fresh kids coming in beginning of the year. Working here has been awesome. There's a lot of people I see now that were my teachers in school, which I'm sure it makes them feel old, but the environment is just friendly. People truly care, and you can tell on when you speak to somebody and you talk to somebody, they truly care about you and they care how you're doing. I work with Mr. Shepard at the primary lot, Mrs. Tiarina, Mrs. Nine, Mr. Yoder. All the administrative staff at all the schools are great, and they welcome you. And coming in, I didn't have much experience in the school, so I was kind of like, here we go. This is going to be a roller coaster. I don't know how they're going to feel with this young guy coming in, but they all welcomed me. The diversity of the community that goes here, you get it all, and it's great. I mean, I truly come to work, and it's not like I'm coming to work. If you get what I'm saying, they always say, don't try to find a job where you're just going to do the job paycheck to paycheck. I don't even worry about my paycheck here because I could do it and not get paid, and I'd still be just as happy. West Noble's, it's such a great place, kind of like I said, how everybody welcomed me in, but the kids, your teachers, your administrative staff, the custodians, you get to know everybody. And in a bigger corporation, it'd be hard. But here we're a small knit community where we're able to know everybody, everybody's friendly, everybody cares genuinely about one another. So that makes it great, and it's just coming in where you don't feel like you're actually going to work. You're coming in to have fun, really, and that's what I really enjoy about this place. I got my mom and dad, Matt and Robin Moser. My dad came through here to Westfield. My mom went to Central Noble. And then I have my wife, Lindsay Moser, my beautiful wife. We got married last June, so we're starting this whole new roller coaster with marriage, and it's going great right now. We have a dog, Chance, that's with us. He's a golden doodle. He's an awesome dog. I couldn't be more happy with the dog. I'll hate to see it when if something happens to him, but I treat him like my own kid. And then my grandpa, I got my grandpa Richard. So he was on Ligonier Police Force for a little bit, and then he took over the street superintendent job in Ligonier. So we got roots to Ligonier, and my parents, they've helped me along the way. I mean, they're my big support system along with my wife. They, you know, especially my wife, we talk things out on, especially this career change when I came here, and it was kind of, you know, what do you think? And it was, what makes you happy? And, you know, what do you want to do? And I said, this is where I feel like it should be. And she supported me everything along the way, and it's just been great. My advice for others is just be you and be true. I think it's a big thing. Don't mold to what you think you should be in society, anything like that. Be the person who you're meant to be, and life will happen for you. I guess the kind of quote that I go by is, I don't know it for sure, but courage. It takes courage to stand up and speak, but it also takes courage to sit down and listen. And that's by Winston Churchill. And that's a big quote that I kind of live by, because, you know, everybody wants to talk, but you have to listen, and especially in the job I'm in, if you listen, you go a long way with a lot of people, and that's a big thing that I matured on, is sitting back and listening. And then once you listen and you grasp what they're actually saying, then you can move forward on helping somebody. So that's a big quote I live by.